And now we are going to focus on the sort method. This is the inbuilt method of the list. In this case, we are going to use sort with the named function. So let's start with the basic sort first. Let's say you want to sort the numbers. So I define my numbers right here. These are my numbers, and I want to sort them. So you just call inbuilt method sort, and when you print the numbers, it's going to print out your sorted numbers. By the way, this changed your original list. So as you can see, this was my original numbers. When I print my numbers right there, it's different now. So your list actually changed now. It's all sorted. So by default, your sort arranges the values from smallest to largest. What if you want the other way around? You want from descending order now. So in this case, you use your parameter reverse equal to true. Now, when you invoke this method, when you call this method, it's gonna print out everything in reverse order. Now, if your list, instead of containing numbers, it contains string. For example, this right here. So in this case, I have a list of strings, and these are like names right here. And when you call the sort in this particular instance, it's going to sort based on the names, and it's going to be sorted alphabetically. So when I run this, you can see that Anita comes first because your A is before anything else. Then you have Karan, then you have Rahul, then you have Zoya. And now let's try to sort a list of lists in this case. So suppose you have these students. In this case, you can see that student actually has a list of lists. So this is the list for Zina, and this one contains the information for Zina. Score is 3, and this is the date associated with Zina. Same thing with Ravi, score is 5, and this is the date associated for Ravi. This could be any date. So in this particular instance, I'm calling students.sort, and I'm printing my students. So when you run this, you can see that your students are sorted based on name, the first element right here, first element. So you have Ash first, then Ravi, then Sita, and then Zina. So by default, it is going to sort by first element, these elements right here. Now let's suppose you want to sort your list based on the length of the elements that's present inside your list. For example, take a look at this one. In this case, I want to sort my words. In this word list, you have apple, kiwi, banana, fig, and I want to sort them based on the length of these strings right here. So in this case, I call sort, and this time I specify key equal to get length. And get length is a function that's defined by you. That is called a named function. So in this case, this function, what it does, it takes the word, one of these word, it returns the length of the word, and this way your sort function is able to sort this thing based on the length of these words. So you can see that fig comes first because the length of your fig is only 3. Then you have kiwi next because the length of kiwi is 4. Then this is 5, and this would be, I want to say, 3, 4, 5, 6 right here. So key tells Python what values to use for sorting. And now let's suppose you want to sort your students, this one, based on this right here, the element at index 1. This would be your score. This would be your marks. So let's call that sort function, and this time I'm calling sort, and this time I'm specifying key equal to get marks right here. And get marks is a named function defined over here. And what it does, it takes a record and it returns the element at the index 1. It returns that element. That would be this right here. It returns this one. And so when I run this, it's going to print out the sorted record based on the element at index 1. This, you can see that that would be based on the marks right here, 3, 5, 7, 8. If I change this to 0, let's say I go back to 0, and when I run this, now it's going to sort based on the names right here. You can see that Ash comes first, Ravi comes next, Sita, and Zina at the end. If you go back, change it back to 1, it's going to sort based on the marks. What if you want to do it in a reverse order? Well, that's easy. Just put reverse equal to true. So when I run this, it's going to print everything down in a reverse order. So 8 is going to come first, then 7, and then 5, and so on and so forth. Now, when we get our data from the file, for the most part, our data would be in the form of a string. So suppose this is the data I got from a file right here. Everything is a string. You see that Zina is a string, this is a string, and everything is a string. So in this case, I'm using the same logic as the one I just showed you, except now what I'm doing, I'm saying int record 1. And what this is going to do is going to convert your string into an integer variable. So when I run this, it's going to work just fine. If I don't use this, then this could give me some undesirable effect. So scores, when they come from a file, they are strings. We generally convert them to integer before we sort. Now, suppose your data is in the form of a dictionary. Let's say your data is a list of dictionary right here. So in this case, I want to sort based on age. So that's easy. You just call people.sort key equal to get age, and you define your get age function over here. So in this case, you're going to return the age of your dictionary. So in this case, I'm saying return record age. And when I run this, it actually sorts based on the age. You can see that 25 comes first, and the guy at age 35 comes last.